Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's see here. Today we're looking at QN. QN's looking pretty good, going from lows of 35 cents to highs of just under 60 cents. As far as I remember here, I think QN just reported earnings or revenue 10 times higher than what they did last quarter. So that's definitely some good news to go off of. So we could really see this run. I mean, is it worth doubling its price? Probably. It could potentially 10 times its price, I guess. But we'll have to wait and see. QH also reported earnings. Looked pretty good. I think they doubled 167 to 243. So that's looking pretty good as well. Peggy didn't have news today. I had news yesterday, though. So maybe they reported at closing. Also financial results. And they're up pretty decently, 58%. So it's not too bad. The rest of these I don't really care too much about. There's True, it's looking okay, going from 205 at the bottom to 282 at the top. We've got basically SGLY. I'm going to call it ugly though. 513 at the top. We've got 270 at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to play this. It's lower than it opened at, so it's kind of hard to make any sense of that. NRSN's not looking too bad here, going from $1.61 to a top here of $1.94. We're currently seeing at $1.90, so we're near that high a day. This could push on open, so this is something we want to watch. We do have SOPA. It's not terrible. We don't have a lot of price action to go off of right now or volume, but we did have a brief period in the middle here where it was looking okay. We might have a couple other things pop up as well we could take a look at. There's ZDGE. Yeah, not good. BTCY. You know what? This pops up quite frequently, and sometimes it looks okay, but we've never really played it. This could be the bottom when they also had earnings. Do we have time? Got 25 seconds if I can look it up in that. I don't think they've reported yet. Yeah, their last news was nope, today. Nope, yesterday. Sorry. Oh yeah, financial results fiscal year. Yeah, it doesn't say right there, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with it. QN I do think is gonna probably run, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for an entry here. QN. Do I have tap? Yeah, I do have caps on. QN. We're gonna be looking at 0.45-ish. Gonna look at 0.60 with a 0.43. So, I mean, you don't have a ton of room here, but it's going to be ranging really hard. So you got to be, pretty sure it's going to move up when you buy in here. It's already moved up quite a bit. I'll just set up my ledger here. That's one thing I forgot to do. There we go. QN. Looking at 0.45. Okay, what about QH? QH, nasty drop, but very, very hasty recovery. That's looking pretty good as well. I do like that. QH, looking at about 210. Gonna go for 250. And then probably a 204 stop out. Yeah, I like 204. If you can get lower than 210, obviously better. If we pushed it way down, we might get below 200 here, but I really don't think that's going to happen. So just try to get a good entry around that 210 point. 49 cents here on QN. Here we go, a little bit of a drop, 206. Gonna take advantage of that. So we're gonna say entered 206 QH, $2 stop out. Where's $2? Right there. All right, so we're hoping this picks up, but we won't know for certain for a little bit here. QN's at 0.50. Anywhere you got in is probably time to take some profits. QN 0.50. Nice little return there. All right, so we're dropping down to the 200. We're going to be stopping out on this one. QH. Yeah, still dropping, so we're going to give it some time here. Peggy's not looking too bad so far. I actually kind of like how Peggy's setting up here, so I think I want to jump in on this one as well. 305 if we can. Gonna aim for that at least 330 mark. It's pretty high up there. The range isn't great on this right now. And we're gonna go for a 295 stop out. So we're gonna give it the 10 cents that it needs. That puts us below the 200, which is exactly where we want to be. And we'll see from there. Peggy. Yeah, QH, we want this to hold somewhere here. Let's check out some other time frames here. 2 minutes, pretty far away. 5 minutes, of course, going to be very far away. Yeah, so we might hit that 188 support area and then bounce, or we could just see a recovery somewhere here. I'm kind of hoping to see the 188 bounce. I think that's where we'll try again. BTCY, nasty drop all the way to the 200, and it looks like it might continue down. SOPA starting to run here. It did drop down to 200 or 180 at 193 currently. It's looking okay. Volumes, you know, it's doing its thing. True's not looking too bad. NRSN, it moved a little bit here. We went from $1.85 to $1.92, back down to $1.81. Peggy's looking good. We did see a spike up to 318. So, I mean, if we're talking about places to take profit, I mean, 315 is not looking too bad. That'll give you 10 cents. Oh, not yellow. We want green. So we're at 315 right now. You can take profits anywhere here. Past that, I think 325. And then, you know, you can take a little bit 330, but we're mostly going to be aiming for about 335. So I'm going to go ahead and say taking some profit here. Here on Peggy, 319. Or 22, whatever we get out at here. 325, we're just flying up here now, so that was a solid little play there. QH is holding, so we're going to go ahead and try on QH again. Yeah, $1.95-ish, might have to get $2. We're going to go for that 230 area, and we're going to go for a $1.90 stop, so that's going to give us probably not enough room, but I can't really justify going more than about 5 or 6 cents. Ideally, if you could really push it, you might be able to get down to like 186 for a stop, and that would be ideal. That's where you would really want to see it, but if not, you know, having it at 190 is relatively safe. Peggy's doing amazing here. Qin's dropping to stop after hitting 0.50, so it's a good thing we took some profit. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We're below any realistic levels. We did drop down the 2 minute right down to the 500. You know what? I kind of like this better on the 5 minute than anything else. I'm going to leave it alone for right now. QH not looking too bad here. We did see a dip down to about 196, and it's looking like it's coming back up. It's looking okay here, 202. Peggy's just flying all the way up to 344, so we can go ahead and take some more profit. Some more profit. Peggy, 345-ish. Okay, so Peggy's probably going to keep going here for a little bit, it looks like. It's got lots of momentum, so it's really, really hard to tell where it's going to end up, but 355 is going to be a good spot to take some more. Above that, we're looking at maybe 370 if we can hit it. And then if we really push it, we see a lot of momentum. Maybe we don't take it all out there, and we can look at maybe 385. I would like to put at 390, but I just don't see that as something that's going to be pretty feasible to hit right now. QH still holding on here. We did see a high there of 204. So, you know, from where we got in, 204 is not looking too bad. Yeah, this is still dropping, so we're going to leave this alone. Right on the 5 minute, it actually dropped right down to the 200 here at 37 cents. So that's actually a really good place to get in on QN. 0.37. I'm going to go for probably that 0.50 area with a 0.35. So we're going to give it 2 cents. Yeah, 0.35. It's got a lot of volatility to it. Makes it kind of hard to play, but it could work out. So with QH here, I mean, we got in probably around $1.97. That's where I got in. You know, if you're going in $1.97, 203 is going to be 5 cents, and that's not a bad place to take a little bit off the table. Past 203, you could probably go for 208. You're probably looking at about 5 cents each time. So I don't know, maybe like 213 next. And then, you know, after 213, maybe push it to 220. That should be enough levels. QN back down to 0.40. Peggy still pushing here. We're almost at that 355 area. We just touched 352. You know what? Again, that's not terrible. QH with a little bit of a dip here. QN dropping as well. QN and QH just sound too similar for me. Yeah, too similar. I don't like that. Yeah, QH not looking too happy right now. So there's one other opportunity if we get stopped out here, and this will be this 188 level. If we break down from 188, yeah, so if we break down from 188, I doubt we're going to be wanting to touch this much further down than that. So we'll have to wait and see if it holds here. If it does, maybe we jump back in. If it doesn't, well, maybe we don't. Yeah, still a lot of selling pressure here on this candle, so yeah, it looks like it might even dip further. Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe 178 would be the lowest I could see this possibly dipping and still being bullish. But I think this is just an overreaction. I think it'll come back up, so we'll just have to wait and see. So we're not looking too terrible on the 5-minute scale on QN. On the 1-minute scale, it's not looking too great, but I think we got a pretty decent entry there. NRSN still kind of bouncing around. True still kind of going. SOPA, you know what? It ran pretty good here. Went from 185 to 201, so that's 15 cents. Can't really complain about that. It's got an okay range. We got some other things that are probably looking better than this, though. PRCH. Yeah, that one's looking pretty good. We're seeing this run from $1.51 to $1.76. So we got a good range on that. Keep that open for sure. We do have a couple other things. We can look at FDM. What was it? FDMT. Oh. FDMT. Yeah, not really anything going on there. We got Lizzie. Lizzie's got a little bit of price action here. What do we got for a range? 60 to 67? Yeah, that's not too bad, but I mean, the volume looks good. The last 3 candles look good, but that's really all we got on this. So I'm gonna skip over for now. Huya going from 255 to 267. Yeah, also not really great. Again, do we trust this? This could be a dead cat bounce. Walked away with a tiny bit of profit. Really not anything. At this point, we're just kind of blowing trades on QH, but I still think this could be a pretty amazing recovery. So I kind of want to give it one more go here in a minute, depending how this looks. I'd rather, you know, buy on it a little bit high than, yeah, watch this break down further. So I want to see if this is going to break down any further before we risk another trade on it. So we'll give it a second here. Peggy breaks that 355 area. We actually hit 364, so we can go ahead and take some more profit. This one actually ended up being a pretty massive trade so far. Yeah, we're breaking down even more on QH, so maybe we just leave it alone for now. NRSN kind of bouncing around. We see it 180 all the way up to 197. So you know what? It's got a decent range. The candles are kind of hard to read. I'm not really liking that, but so far it's not doing, you know, it's not terrible. So there's a possibility. I'd like to see a bigger pullback on PRCH here, maybe down to VWAP, but I don't know if that's going to be too much to ask for this stock. Yeah, QN still doing its thing. Peggy's still doing its thing. SOPA's not in a bad spot right now. This could be a decent place to look at buying in. Except we got like no volume on this candle so far. Literally none, so Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. And SGLY is really not doing anything either. QH continues its breakdown. We got QN down at that 0.37 area, so this is where we were looking to get in, right on this 5 minute. We're looking to see that a very healthy bounce on QN. Yeah, I'm struggling to see anything else really worth trading. Wow, SOPA with that was a big 1 minute candle there, going down to 185 and then back up to 193 and then back down 185. What's the 5 minute look like here? Not very good. Yeah, I don't the spread's not great on it. Actually, the spread's really bad on it. 5 cents on less than $2 is not good at all. So I think we just leave it be for now. What's ES doing? Is that going up or? It's not doing bad right now. Soap it down. We got, what do we got going on here? QN's back up to 0.39. So if you got in 0.37, you know, 0.39, 0.40, definitely a good place to take some profits. Taking some profit, QN 0.40. So let's see here. Zoom in a little bit here. So 0.40, gonna go ahead and take some profit. 0.43 is not going to be a terrible place. You can take it 0.45 or 0.46. I mean, I put that at the end of 0.45. You could put that at the beginning of 0.46. That would make a little bit more sense. So you could take some profit there if you want. That should be good for now, though, until we start seeing like an actual recovery on this. And we'll hit that second area, and then we'll see from that. Peggy looks like it could keep going. Huya, what's the range we're looking at here? 261 to 269. Yeah, it's too slim. PRCH probably is the better bet here, but we want to wait for this pullback to end. Like we said, maybe down to VWAP would be okay. I would like to watch that a little more closely. We get that 0.40 area on QN. It does look pretty good. QH, yeah, you know what? I'm still really not digging it. Maybe we come all the way down to that this area here at 177, maybe 178. We got really close. We got 179, but I think it could dip a little bit further. So I'm still waiting to see something I actually like off this. But that could take some time. Peggy is so nice. You are right. I do enjoy it because really nothing. Well, I mean, QN's giving us some money. Not huge money yet, but Peggy's been the real winner today so far. I mean, I would like a pullback to get in with some more because, I mean, we're going to run out of shares here eventually. I'd like to just be able to not run out of shares, but you know what? It's probably one of those stocks that isn't going to give us a good entry, so we'll just have to suck it up and deal with it, I guess. SOPA, yeah, I don't know about this one. I mean, like, all around, I think there's money to be made, but when the spread gets bad and, you know, the volume is low, it's really not worth even trying. Huya, that was a pretty bullish candle right there. I think Huya is going to be our next move. Huya, 260. What was the bottom there, do you think? 260? Yeah, we're not going to get 260. We're going to say maybe like 262. We're going to go for 275 ultimately, but I don't know if we'll quite hit that. And we're going to go for 250. We could probably give it, you know, probably 250. 255 is probably reasonable, but I don't think we need that much room. I think if we're down to 250, 258, that's, whoa, all right, cool. We're going to get a better entry here. 257 entry. We'll go for a 255 stop. I'm just trying to type it in quickly here so that I can jump in. Was not expecting a little knife there, but you know what? I'll take it. I kind of like when that happens. Now, assuming this moves back up, I'll like it. Peggy's still sitting. You know what? It's consolidating nicely. I mean, you could pick up some more shares here if you want to. This looks like it could probably go again. The 5 minute says it should pull back, so I mean that's something to keep in mind too, though. If we do see a pullback on the 5 minute, I think we could probably get down to about 337. So I mean, I'll probably be looking to load up some more shares at 330, 335, 337, something like that. QH, yeah, still not giving me what I want to see. QN's, it's doing okay. It's not really showing us a whole lot right now either. I do think that this is a possibility going up higher, so I'm going to hold on to it. What happened to all the green in the market? Let's go into FinViz here. Take a look at those heat maps. The market's green. Everything's green right now. Well, some of the futures are green. Bonds are red, which is a good sign for us. Heat maps green, indices are green. Market's pretty slow though. We'll have to see, I guess, what happens with that. So Huya drops down to that 257 area we were talking about. 256 at the bottom, 255 at the bottom, actually. So, I mean, if we're going to get in, we should probably do it relatively soon here. Yeah, if we could get in 257, I mean, 255 is probably not going to be a good stop because it's right there. But I don't think we really want to give this too much room on the downside. Oh, man, it's continuing its drop, too. Okay, if we continue our drop, what are we looking at here? See, that's the problem, is we're not actually looking at any levels below. The only thing I can see is maybe some support right here, so we could say that this is going to be support. Yeah, 253. Okay, yeah, all right. Jumping into Huya, Huya, about 255, that's where we're at right now. 250 SL, same PT. I'm still thinking we can get the same PT here, but we saw a little bit more of a drop, and I think we can afford that extra couple cents, and the fact that we don't really have much in terms of support here kind of makes me want to give it a little bit more room since we don't actually know where this will end. All right, so we've got some volatility. We actually hit 240 or 343 here on Peggy. Wasn't watching it. That might have been a good place to load up. I think I missed it, unfortunately. We are seeing a spike. Could go back up and hit 370 there. That would be nice. QH continues its drop. This is just dead cat bouncing the whole way down, so we're just not going to touch that. QN's back down to the 0.37 area, so hopefully we see another bounce on this 200, but if we start to see a breakdown, maybe it's a good time to cut just to make sure you walk away with some profits. True's at VWAP as well. Volume's still looking okay on it. Could drop further though. You know, when you're looking at it on a 5 minute scale, it definitely could drop further. This does look pretty, I wouldn't say bullish, but you know what? We're seeing, I don't know what we're seeing here. I think we're seeing some decent potential for a turnaround. A band is right there too, so 240 to 260 wouldn't be too bad. We're not really in an area of support, though. I mean, if you're looking at areas of support, we're probably looking more like 238 to maybe 235. No, I don't think I want to touch that either. Huya has got me a little bit worried, but I do want to make this one work. We could get this up to 270. That would be a pretty killer trade, so try to make that happen. Peggy back down. All right, so we might see that dip to that 2 or that 3. Well, we're probably past that 335 point now. Yeah, we're closer to 340. So, I mean, we'd be looking at 340 to pick up more shares at this point. QN, nice bounce again. So, you know what? It keeps holding on this 5 minute 200, right? We keep seeing it bounce right off it. So, that's giving me some faith here that we're going to see a nice move eventually. PRCH, yeah, this one's not looking too bad. So we'll have to see about that. SOPA's right on the 200 on the 1 minute. If you go to the 5 minute, we're very far away though. Yeah, I don't really want to touch that either. I'm feeling very iffy about these. What's my entry on QN? 37 cents. QH, I don't know how old that message is. 646. I don't know, yeah, that's quite a few minutes ago. But yeah, it was 37 cents. Peggy is still looking okay. Straight red today. Yeah, the market's being pretty weird for penny stocks, actually. Seeing as how everything's, relatively green in the market, you'd think we'd be seeing some more green here as well. So the only thing that's really working out great is Peggy. I mean, this one's starting to look like it might turn around for us, Huya, but the rest of these aren't really doing a whole lot. And in fact, this one's got like no volumes. I'm just going to close it out. And same thing with NRSN. This one looked like it could do something. I'm kind of glad we didn't buy into it. I was thinking about it down here 180, but no volume now. So I think we're probably not going to touch it. Same with PRCH. Like again, thinking about touching it, but like there's iffiness, right? And then it just no volume. So can't even play it. QN might be making its push here. Just Peggy? Yeah. Yeah, Peggy's really the only thing that's got the volume still, right? I mean, even that's like starting to die off a little bit, but I think we might see a run later, like the second half hour here. Well, at least I'm hoping, because we're almost there anyway at this point, which is kind of sad. 258, so we're starting to see that Huya move up. So, I mean, if we're looking in terms of where to take profits, 261 is going to be a decent place. Whoa, I pressed way too many buttons there. 261, just because we've got VWAP there. And then you could probably wait till 270, because we don't really, like, the profit margin on this is still pretty slim. You can take somewhere in between here, but it's not really mandatory, I guess. Taking some profits. Huya, 261. Glad we got something out of it, at least, so happy about that. Peggy consolidating QN still, you know what, it's still doing its thing. It looks like it's going to start to move up, so we'll see. We will see. QH, yeah, still not really looking to touch this. I really don't see much in terms of anything close to support. I mean, you might see a little bit down there at 170, but I'm still thinking 160 could be the turnaround point for this. It did have good earnings, so you know what, if it does hit that 160 level and it looks like it's holding, even if it's later in the day, I might hold this, because I do think that it's probably, worth at least some more than it was before. So I mean, if you're looking at 130 to 145, buying at 160 is not going to be terrible, and hoping for a better return on it. Huya touched level 261 level, drop back down. You know what? ES is doing pretty good today. We're in the 4020s, which is a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday we saw a drop right on close, which was pretty nasty. Got some support in that area, so I mean, maybe we see something with ES later today that makes us some money, because pennies right now are not looking fantastic. Peggy looks like it might go for it. Honestly, we hit 347 there. Still not low enough for me to want to buy in with more. But that MACD starting to turn around. Volume starting to pick up a little bit. We're starting to see these. We can get rid of the screen level here. We are starting to see some support probably right here in this area. As far as resistance goes, yeah, I don't know. Somewhere around there for resistance. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not really betting on this going much lower, right? Because we're seeing that MACD, well, right now it's facing back down. So, I mean, maybe we get lucky and get a good entry. But if not, like if it starts to bounce again, we might be looking at just getting in around 350 for some more shares here. I don't really know what else to do about that. ANPC is popping up. We could take a look at ANPC. Yeah, you know what? It's okay. It's nothing fantastic there. Peggy's literally getting all of the alerts on both scanners. ANPC did halt. We're going from, 417 to 480. Yeah, that'll do it. It's got quite a bit of range. The spread on it's really bad too, though. So we can look at ZDGE because that's popping up again. Yeah, no, don't like that. Yeah, I don't really, not a big fan of that either. Nope. 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 Also, no. Yeah, I don't think there's much else right now. FDMT's seriously in second place here. I mean, I guess it's got some volume, it's got some consistent price action, but that's not really saying a whole lot. The range isn't terrible on it. It's a little bit high, but yeah, going from like the bottom of 17 to the top of 17 there, so that's not bad. I mean, the problem is you don't know when this is gonna end, right? And it could end very, very quickly on us, so I don't really want to jump in on that right now either. MACD bounce? Yeah, I'm hoping for it, kind of. I kind of want to see a drop, but I'm afraid, though, if we see the drop that I want, we're probably not going to see this come back up, right? We might see a 20 EMA bounce here. That would be not terrible. Getting real close to that zero threshold. We'll see what happens when it crosses. It could end up not being great. We're right at that zero threshold, just crossing it. Huya back to 259, so we're not looking too bad there. Nice little bounce. SOPA not doing anything. True not doing anything. NRSN not doing anything. PRCH not doing anything. Massive drop on Peggy. Wow, we just missed that. Went right down to that 335 level. You know what? I'm going to pick up some more shares. This is really the only thing that's showing any sort of life. So 335. Still going to try for that 385 area with a 3. I could probably give it 325 for a stop. It's a whole 10 cents, but it kind of needs it. In fact, I mean, if we could get in lower and get a stop loss lower, even better. Doubt that'll happen though. Well, you know what? I don't even know if that would be any better. I kind of want to see this pick back up, like almost immediately. Q and drops the stop. Does hit that second PT, so if you had a limit order in place, you did hit that second PT. Second PT hit on Qin and then dropped to stop. And QH continues to dead cat bounce its way into nothingness, but we are getting very, very close to that 200 EMA, so this could be an opportunity waiting to happen. As far as Peggy goes, we're not looking too bad. And you know what? This does look like pretty close to the end of the pullback on Peggy. However, I could see this dropping to the 20 EMA here, which is probably not going to benefit us too much on the 5-minute. Yeah, Qin could be another winner. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm done with Qin yet. I know we keep getting stopped out after we hit PTs, but it's got some chop to it, but we are making money, which is the good part. I can get rid of that. We did hit a new low though, so that could be a very bad sign. All the selling happened on one candle though. Could have been a big player just leaving. Huya setting up pretty nicely. I do like the way this is looking though, so I think we're okay on Huya. Peggy's not looking too bad, so I think we made the right decision with Peggy. Now, is Qin a good decision or not? You're watching MMAT? Let's take a look at MMAT. Yeah, not looking too bad. 178 there to a top of almost $2. Volume's not bad. MACD looks like it might just fall through here pretty quick, though. We'll have to see if it holds and it bounces. Maybe this could be a play. I'll move that up because I do actually like the way this is looking, and it's got some price action. It's still moving around, which is more than I can say for most of these stocks. Yeah, QN. You know what? QH is still kind of at the bottom of my list here. We're getting there. If we hit, I think 160 to 163 is probably going to be a decent range to try it one more time on this stock. We don't have a whole lot going right now, so you know, taking these chances is all we got. So if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. All right, so we fell through. We're right at that VWAP line. This could hold, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. Nice little bounce. That's pretty strong. I think we're going to take that. Can't even find my alerts channel now. Nope, just totally gone. Lost it. How did I do that? Oh, there it is. MM, AT, probably like 188. I'm going to go for $2 with a 1. Yeah, it's pretty tight, I guess, but you know what? It's fine. 180, I don't know what, 184? Yeah, let's go 184 because we can't really afford to give it like a huge amount of room here. You might even get lower than 180. You could get 187 right here. That's not a bad place to take. Assuming we don't drop. If we drop, well, it is what it is, I guess. But I'll be buying in. Yeah, QN, you know what? It's still looking somewhat... No, it's looking terrible. I'm just trying to force a play at this point, I think. We did hit the high there, 347. You know what? That wouldn't have been a bad place to take profits. I didn't really think about it. But yeah, 347 if you got in like 330. I got in 337. That's why I'm saying that. So it's about 10 cents. But yeah, 337 is going to be a good place to take some. Maybe 355 after that. I know it's not quite another 10 cents, but we're going to see some resistance in that area. So might as well take some at resistance. 189 on MMAT, so we're looking okay there. Peggy back up to that 344 area, 346. We can take some profits here. Profits, Peggy, 347-ish. Okay. Still don't want to touch QN. This is looking halfway decent on QH. I'm a little afraid we missed our entry. This is looking like that was a very bullish candle, so we know we found some support, and now we've seen it move up. So if this 5-minute closes green, I'm afraid we might have missed the best entry anyway. We might still get a decent entry on it, but it's hard to say. Nice jump up to 266 here on Huya. That could be a very good place to take some profits. Spread's not bad. I'm going to take some more. Taking some more profits. Huya, 266. Just to secure a little bit more. We are, you know, another 5 cents up, so it's not terrible. Not a terrible place. So we are stopping out on MMAT. It's just like, we just got wicked out there, unfortunately. But that's part of the game. You know, and I could have given it an extra cent because I got in 1 cent lower. And you know what? That probably would have saved it, but I don't know if it would have saved the trade. So I'm going to put that stop 1 cent lower. I have taken the stop out, but I want to see. Porch is setting up not terrible here. Volume's a little low, though. Yeah, DMT is really not moving anymore. But I'm not going to keep that open because I don't want to take a trade on that. True still got a little bit of volume, but it is dropping. It's past the 200 there. That's right at the 200 on the 2-minute. I don't know. NRSN, yeah, not really a whole lot going on there. Peggy making its push here, so we took profits already here, so we can get rid of this line. I'm not sure about QH or QN. QN's got like absolutely zero price action, so that's not good. What the hell, guys? What's going on today? That's QR tab. You know what? That was on the halt scanner and I kind of disregarded it. You know, it's okay. It's not. It doesn't have a lot going on anyway. Well, this one's got some good price action to it at least, but the range is pretty meh, so we're not going to play it. But I mean, if you're, you know, keen on taking some trades no matter what, that might be it. That might be okay. Yeah, not seeing much else here, so we'll just keep playing what we got here. Oh, god damn it. I should have given it that 1 extra cent every time. Peggy did take a little bit of a nasty drop there to 334, which would have been 1 cent lower than where we were looking to get our entry, but it is moving back up, so I don't think Peggy's done yet. QH, we're getting pretty close to saying that this is probably going to be bullish. It hasn't really had much of a move up or down, and I think when we get close to closing, it's probably going to move up on the 1 minute, so we'll see. Yeah, we picked up a little bit on QN here, 37 cents. You know what? I think I'm going to buy back in on QN, and I don't know what it is about the stock, but we're still making some money on it, and that's good enough for me, even if it's only a couple cents here and there. 35, trying to go for at least 40 with a 30, give it 33 cents for a stop. At least it's got to break into a new low here. Lots of volatility here. We're starting to see that volume and volatility come back a little bit on QN, so jumping on that because we don't have a whole lot moving. So you know what? This might stir a little bit of excitement in the market, and we could see this start to move again, which is good. Same with Peggy. Peggy's got a little bit of that momentum we want to see. Huya did move up to 266, back down to 259. Slow mover, but you know what? We're making a little bit off it. And I hate MMAT. I hate it. I hate that it literally came within a cent of stopping us out. And we could have, well, at least I could have moved my stop down a cent because that would have been the proper risk for it. And it would have been totally okay, but I did not do that. So here we are. What was the entry on that? 187? So that's not too bad. And then it would have been up to 193. So you would have gotten 5 cents out of it. 6 cents. Oh, yeah, that would have been okay. Okay, so this is closing pretty close on the 5 minute, right? No, it just already closed. Yeah, you know what? We might still be in luck here. This could still come down a little bit further then. Maybe give us that 160 entry we want, and then we can just hold it for a while. QN's already up to 0.39, so depending where you got in, you know, you could be in some luck here. I would say, you know, 0.39 is not terrible. If we can push to 0.40 to take profits, that would be even better, but if you got in 0.36, 0.39 is going to be an okay place. Even if you got 0.38, 0.39s, or 0.37, 0.39 is not going to be too bad. TME, let's take a look at TME. Yeah, TME is actually going pretty well here. $4.80 to a high there of 5.37, so we've got a decent range. Immediate range is a little bit slimmer here. It's only, you know, 20-30 cents. But at least, you know what, this has some volume on it, so that could be something to keep an eye on. Peggy not looking too bad here, making its move back up to 350. Huya making its move as well. Well, you know what? We're starting to see a little bit more momentum in the market. That's not bad. HKD? I don't know if you're messing with me or not. Yeah, it's not quite a run, but, well, a little bit of a run. I mean, not what we're used to seeing on HKD, I guess, but yeah, it's not bad. You can make an argument as a bull flag, yeah. I think if you're looking on the right time scale, maybe. Yeah. Anyone still in MMAT? Because it's looking not bad. I mean, if you had anything other than my stop loss, you're probably still in it and making money. Um, you had your stop loss at 0.79. Oh, way to go! Look at you, you're making money. Yeah, Peggy's starting to move. Hopefully, we start seeing Peggy move back up into that 355 area. Head your SL, yeah. Ooh, I don't know what I clicked there, but I did not mean to click it. So Q's pushing back at 0.39. TME is not really not doing a whole lot. That initial shove was really good, but even like if you got in at 510 and you know 510 to 540 would have been an okay trade, but that's literally the bottom to the top, right? That makes things a lot harder. Hui is making its push. It's like literally gapping, which is not exactly what we want to see. I mean, the spread's not bad, oddly enough, but yeah, it's not really great. QH looks like it might be finally looking to turn around. MACD's turning around at least. Oh man, I don't know. 167. I mean, the most you could give this would be like 4 cents. So you're putting your stop, what, 160, 162, 163. That puts you at the bottom. That's not very, not very good. That's gonna be very risky. So I don't really want to do that, unfortunately. Yeah, if I want to jump back into QH, I need to put a stop where it's going to be making a new low to stop me out. So slow. Stop moving up, QH. Move down. We need a better entry. No, we're gonna miss this if we don't jump in. We're gonna have to try it. QH. I mean, like, I would really like a 170 entry, but I don't know if we'll get that. I'm gonna say 170-ish. I still want to get at least $2 out of this. I think it's definitely possible. Give it 5 cents. So 165 would be the stop, I guess. If we got in 170. Try to get in as low as you can. Still very risky. Yeah, it's kind of hard. This one's going to be a hard one, but I think I don't know why, but I still think the QH is going to pay off in the end if we take enough chances at it. What do we have for trades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy hell, we did it. We actually got 10 trades out of the day. That's amazing. I actually didn't think that was going to happen. I thought we were going to be stuck here for all day trying to get 10 trades out of this market, but we still somehow managed. Peggy's not looking too bad. I would really like to see Peggy actually move, though, instead of this, half-ass not really doing anything. MMAT's back down. Hui is back down. I still think Hui is going to go to at least 272. Yeah, you can close down that. I'll leave the rest of these open. I might find other opportunities that other people can take. Am I jumping in already on what? QH? Yeah. Being patient could really pay off, but I'm going to be kicking myself if I miss it, so. Let's Put stop loss right there, which is unfortunate because I would actually really like to get a stop loss not anywhere close to here. I would actually want my stop loss at 160 or lower. I mean, realistically, probably 157, because if you go to the 5 minute, at least that gives you a little bit of room between the bottom here. But on the 5 minute scale, this isn't looking too bad. So, I mean, honestly, if you want to be safe with this, or safer, I would be looking to move your stop down to the bottom of this wick here, so 167. But again, your risk is going to be, oh, that's too high. Your risk is going to be a little bit more than you should be risking. And Qin is literally doing nothing. The 5 minutes not looking bad, but this is like a day for typical day traders, not scalpers. Like, this is just way too slow for scalpers. I'm sure regular day traders are having a field day with how slow things are. $7.13. Trade Pilot is also looking to get into Peggy around that 340, 345 area. So I mean, maybe we're on the right track here. Hopefully. Qin, yeah, still have faith in Qin if it just picks up a little bit of volume. Hui, a nice bounce off the bottom band there, 256. So slow today. This is painful. Close down NRSN. That's not going to be doing anything for us. Yeah, nothing left on the scanner, really. Nothing looking good. Peggy's still taking all the volume on the alerts. We got another thing halting. We can take a look at. Absolutely not playing that. This is painful. I'm kind of glad we didn't jump into TME though, because this has literally just been ranging like, what, 2 cents? Painful. Super painful. Yes, starting to drop. Let's take a look at FinViz. See what the market's up to. NASDAQ is doing okay. Dow is heading down though. And the S&P is also starting to head down. Futures are still mixed. Bonds are still down. Yeah, I would say it's like a pretty meh day for the market itself. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's also not terrible. QH back up to 175, did dip down to 171, so you know, maybe you got a better entry there. You know what, maybe this was the kind of scenario where you buy in a little bit, or half even, and then wait for the dip to buy in more. TME finally starting to move. Oh man, holy moly. I think we're going to be holding QH and Qin like all day here. Probably Peggy too. At least the next hour. The problem is I see so much potential in the market with what we got going on. It's just like zero volume. Well, we can watch VENAU because it unhalted. It says it unhalted. It's 7:15. These are 1 minute candles. It's just not moving. But ANPC. No. There we go. Nope, nothing there. Okay, well. Yep. Wow. Well, you know what? Airs is looking like it's climbing on the leaderboard a little bit. Maybe there's something there. Not really. I mean, like, the range isn't absolutely terrible on it, but the volume is pretty sporadic and price action, and you can't really tell what's going on with this. Might as well cycle through all the tickers that weren't doing anything, because you never know if you miss something. Well, I missed a big move down on that one. Peggy with a nasty drop. Look at that knife right into stop. That is a shame. I still walked away with a little bit of profit, but that wiped out most of it there on Peggy, so that's a shame. This could be a decent place to buy back in, but you know what? That's only a 1 minute 200. It could be a good recovery play just because it is what it is, you know? And we could see a recovery off it, but yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think when you see these big knives like this, especially on a day like today, it's probably the institution dropping shares the second it touches VWAP. And if you don't have any momentum in the market currently, it's so hard to get these things to recover back from it. So if we were in like a little bit more busy of a market, I'd say there's probably a pretty good chance at a recovery here. And I mean, it still might be, but it's definitely a more iffy now that there's like not a lot of momentum. So yeah. Although you might actually find some support. I don't know, somewhere like here. That could be an area to watch for. QN not doing anything. QH also not doing anything. Huya still not doing anything. Man, this is just so boring. ES is making its move back up. Let's just watch ES all day. Take these off because they're kind of annoying to look at sometimes. Probably going to have some resistance on ES around there. Obviously, we're building some support in this area. Yep. Well, the good news is we got all our trades in, so we maximized our profit potential. The bad news is I don't think it was a lot of profit today. $800. So we still made the 2% on the portfolio. We'll just go over this now because we got, 4 minutes. We can probably not stare at dead charts for 4 minutes. 83% win rate. Did we get stopped out a lot? We got stopped out as much as yesterday, so I guess that's not terrible. But a lot of these winners were not very big because we got hit on like that last Peggy one. We were up like 4 or 5% on it, but yeah, we got stopped out pretty hard on that one, and I didn't scale out hard enough, so only walked away with 1.8%. Oh, never mind. QH, we haven't hit any profit or stop out on it yet, so that's sitting as a loss right now, but it could turn to a win. So maybe we do actually end up being okay today. QH was our other loss. Besides that, we are holding QH, QN. We're not holding Peggy. We are holding Huya here. So you know what? There's still some potential that we see some gains out of this. TME's got some volume and it's pretty consistent and it's, it's still heading up. How long you can trust that for, I don't know. You're looking at pretty decent gains here, going from $4.50 to $5 to almost $5.50. So yeah, it's pretty iffy on whether or not that's going to be playable. I wouldn't really suggest opening up another trade on very many of these. Huya at least has some volume behind it. I think that Huya is not looking too bad. MMAT also has volume, but the price action is starting to kind of dwindle on this, and it's not really looking too great. Peggy, like I said, it could be a good recovery off this point. Kind of hard to say right this second. I'd like to start seeing it break back above that maybe like 322 level. If we can see it break above 322 and it starts to hold, could be a good opportunity to buy in. QH, I do think that this is going to be a decent recovery. Maybe not in the next 20 or 30 minutes. It might take an hour or two or 4 or, a week, but it'll get there. Maybe. Then we've got Qin, which again, you know what? I still think that the stock has some good potential to make a recovery. It's one of those things where it has 10x its revenue, so that's good news. That should go up quite a bit from there. And if we were sitting, it opened up around 36 cents, so we found some support in that area, and it looks like it started to move back up, so we're going to have some support in that 0.37 area as well. It looks like we might be building some at 0.38 now, so slow going, but we might actually make it. Seeing another little drop here on Peggy, so didn't get that little breakout we wanted. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't really be touching anything until you see the momentum. You might get, you might just get stuck in things if you do it that way. So yeah, definitely don't want any more getting stuck in things. It's very boring. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hopefully you made money today, and hopefully your afternoon has a little bit more volume than the morning did, because this was super lame today. But yeah, I'll try to keep you guys updated. I might watch stuff for a little bit longer and see if there's anything else I can kind of come up with that might look half decent, but wouldn't really bank on it. So take care, guys, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.